I remember what it was like before I was famous. I couldn't get laid at BU, so I went to an all-girls school with my friends. Drove over there.
What, Simmons?
No, it was called something Forest, Pine Forest, or it's in Boston. It's a horrible... It's for retarded girls who are hot.
Got to stash them somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, pottery, I think, is the major.
Retarded hot girls.
Like, what do you do with a really hot girl who's almost retarded, probably broke about a 700 on her SAT? You
Make her a judge on, like, Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Well, those jobs didn't exist then.
But this was known as, like, a place where guys from BU and Harvard or any of the schools in Boston would go to get fucked.
Oh, wow.
So I heard about this school. I said, I'm going with my buddies. Went over there with Lou, Dr. Lou, and a bunch of other guys.
Why was he going? He could get girls at BU, right?
Yeah, well, someone told us about it. We were going to go. We walk into one of the dorms. It looked like Baywatch. With all the girls in negligees, like getting ready for bed. We sit down on the couch. 2 seconds later, don't ask me how, Dr. Lou was a good-looking guy, and he was in medical school. 2 seconds later, this chick goes, hey, he's up in her room. 2 seconds later, girl with the biggest tits you ever saw. Oh, it's called Pine Manor. That's it. How'd you know that?
Pine Manor.
You looked it up? Pine Manor.
Wow.
I looked up retarded.
You Googled retarded
hot girl school?
Yeah, I mean, do they give, like, what you need for SAT, what kind of credential you need for that? It has to be. You have to be a fucking moron.
Well, also, I'm sure it's changed. It's like that was like 30 years ago.
Yeah, I bet it hasn't changed. Pine Manor. These chicks were smoking hot, too.
I'll see. If I find anything, I'll write it up for you.
Yeah, but next thing I know, Lou's in a room with a girl, and then each guy separately went off with a girl in a room. Don't ask me how. I don't even know how they did it. And I'm just sitting there watching TV the whole night. No girl would even talk to me. I was like such a loser. I was not up in anyone's room.
You didn't read any fortunes that night?
And I remember I just sat, and I smoked cigarettes because I was so embarrassed. Like, at least maybe I'll look cool smoking cigarettes. Meanwhile, I'm sitting alone on a couch. I probably look like a serial killer. I probably look like Albert DeSalvo, the Boston Strangler.
Right. At a certain point, you were supposed to leave the couch and go kill everybody.
Yeah, right. I'm not inviting that guy up to my room. He looks like he might want to kill. Oh, by the way, I was talking about this college where I used to the all-girls school where I would go to try to pick up chicks. I guess Benji did some research. Did you do this, Fred, or Benji?
No, Benji.
Benji. All right, Pine Manor. 387 applied. I guess this is for last year.
Last couple of years.
Okay. 387 applications, 364 admitted. So almost everyone who applied got in.
Anybody who had applied.
They hardly turned down anybody. Average high school grade point average, 2.47.
Ooh.
Average SAT verbal, 420. Average SAT math, 400. So the average was 800. So you can imagine that what's going on there. And I couldn't get laid there. If you went there for a slam dunk.
God, my SATs were actually 890. That's extraordinarily low.
You could get into this
You could have gotten in, though. You could have gotten to Pine Manor all-girls school.
Really low, man.
Hey, Mike, you're on the air.
Hey, yeah, Howard, you're talking about Pine Manor?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I went to Boston College just a few years after you. Nothing really changed. But Pine Manor, we called it Pine Mattress.
That's it, Pine Mattress, right. I knew there was a
Pine
nickname.
Mattress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess who couldn't get laid at Pine Mattress? Me.
Well, I hate to rub salt into your wound, Howard, but the guys from B.C., only the losers from B.C. would go to Pine Mattress because you had to walk there.
Yeah. I had to get a ride. I had to drive there.
Yeah, it was too far from BU to walk, but B.C. you could walk there.
Yeah.
So all the losers from B.C. would go there, and if 7 guys went, at least 6 came back lucky.
Yeah, well, I went with a group of 4 guys. 3 got lucky and 1 didn't. I was the one that didn't.
Yeah, that's sorry to hear that, man.
It was like a brothel. Girls would come down in their negligees, just pull guys up into their rooms. I'm sitting there alone. I couldn't believe it.
Just think of all those girls now realizing they rejected Howard Stern.
Yeah, F you.
Yeah, well, it was like, they had nothing going on at Pine Mattress, so they figured if they could hook up with a BC guy, maybe they'd be marrying a doctor or a lawyer or something. So it was like shooting fish in a barrel.
Yeah, I know, because like my friend Lou was a 6-year med student. They heard that. The girls would just come running downstairs for him. It was like the Beatles walked into the room.
It was like Dolly. It was like Dolly Parton. A little shop of little Texas whorehouse was running the school. The girls would line up and you just pretty much pick them out.
Yeah, so except me. I got to watch a good night of television there, though, right in their lounge. It was really
nice
great.
TV.
Yeah, I loved it. All right, got to take a break. We'll be